Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Goten Show. I'm your host, Goten. Nobody's here for me though. We're here for our guest, Cheesus. Probably the most anticipated guest, obviously. Cheese Man, say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's Cheesus. The guy that made a show and hasn't made a show since.
Listen, bro, I'm working on it.
Alright. Fair enough. Alright, so basically how this has worked is like we usually just go through each sort of section. We talk about YouTube and Twitch stuff first. So Jesus, you only really stream because we stream.
Yeah.
But why did you? I'm assuming it was just for the hell of it. But why did you start YouTube, Jesus? Just for
Um, well, I've always really been interested in the platform. Like when I was
Hmm.
in my big young days, like when I was like 6 or 7, I like went on my mother's account and then I uploaded videos on there of just really ass 144p quality stuff
Of
of me
course,
just screaming probably.
of
Um,
course.
I've just always liked being in front of a camera, and
Hmm.
then um, I've made three kind of real channels. I had my first one, which was bad, and then I had my second one, which was bad, and now I have Cheesus Christ, which has gone through a few name
Which is
changes.
bad.
And yeah, it's also kind of bad, but I'm working on making it better.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm hoping eventually, if I can get a bit more consistency and dedication and drive into it, maybe blow up a bit and maybe turn into a real thing. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's everybody's goal, to be
Yeah.
fair. But yeah, that's their boy Jesus. I mean, the link will be in the description if you want to go drop a sub. He uploaded once in the last year, but he's working on it.
That's not
Uh,
true.
that is actually true.
Is it? Hold
Yes.
on.
Besides your Return of the King video, it's been over a year. Jesus.
Okay, yeah, you can't just discount that video.
Well, I said yeah once in the last year. That's what I
Oh no, this
said.
is on October. Oh, the Geognocracy video was 20. It was October. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
know what? It's fine. I'm working. I'm
He's
working.
working on it. I'll give him that.
I have a few videos in the works.
That's good.
Well,
That's good.
I'm waiting to do the other video because I'm waiting on receiving your sticker. I'm gonna put both those together into one
Oh,
video.
well, that's supposed to show up today or tomorrow, so probably tomorrow. It's gonna be like a week from now by the time this goes up, but that's fine. Um, that's okay. The Harpo one just went up yesterday, so that's fine. Yeah. So that's his YouTube stuff. Of course, I'm also a Twitch streamer, YouTuber. So that's kind of like the first thing I like to ask people. Well, let's get into the big thing that most of the boys from Premiere are probably watching this for. Premiere and cause stuff. Your favorite thing to probably talk about.
Yeah, it's
All
interesting.
right.
I like.
Yeah. So first, talk about I should give a definition on call. It's just create a wrestler WWE games for the most part. Although AEW is working on their game, so who knows how that'll go.
It's gonna
Uh,
be ass.
Probably, unless they actually take time to develop it, unless it comes out next year or something. They'll probably try to rush it to compete with 2K22, which is also going to
And
be
the gameplay
ass.
is a bit too arcadey for me. I
Yeah.
like the simulation style.
Yeah, I like both. I can work with both.
Yeah,
Uh,
arcade's better for being having a fun time and stuff. But I like simulation because I'm trying to
yeah,
create
yeah.
something
You're trying to create a
depicts.
realistic product,
Yeah,
which
yeah, exactly.
he's part of a league that now currently has like one show for now and then his show, at this point, because Empire's dead now from what I've heard,
Yeah,
which is
DOS
fine.
is working.
He's doing a new thing, which is fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's part of that Premier Wrestling League. It's probably arguably one of the most bigger ones. It's one of the bigger ones. But
I wouldn't say that.
well, sub wise on YouTube
Yeah,
it is.
I suppose sure we have 1K, but I mean in the grand
Yeah,
scheme that's not really a lot
yeah.
compared to the other ones that the big sim companies.
Yeah, the
But,
one the
I guess for
companies.
our product, we're kind of the main stream of our sort of section. But it's
Yeah,
not like there's
it's
not
sort of
really
like
competition.
yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Well, well,
We're kind of
well.
our own style.
Yeah,
We don't fall into the EFED or sim category. It's kind of something in the middle,
yeah,
some
yeah,
weird
yeah.
amalgamation.
Yeah, which yeah, it's a pretty big one. It's been going at least a couple years since I've been there, um, and it's gone through changes. There's been feds, and then there's been Yin's 15 feds, and there's been a couple others, and yeah, it's been a fun like 2 years. Shit, it's been two
Right.
years. I'm old. Um, but yeah, he runs one called Media Wrestling Association, Shit, it's been over. Has it been 2 years? It's been over a year. It's been a year since I won your title. So, shit.
Has it? Oh, yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been over a year at least since he started putting out shows. Episode 1 is obviously, you should obviously watch them in order if you're gonna go watch them. Episode 1's the best one.
The first episode was January 2019.
Fuck, it's almost been 2 years. Shit. Okay, well you should go watch it in order. Obviously with the best one, episode 1, all the way to now.
It's so bad.
And yeah.
I edited it on my phone, like with a free app called friggin' Video Guru.
Nice. It's obviously the best because of that. Yeah. You should go watch that. My call shows up eventually. And yeah, spoiler alert, because you're probably not going to get that far anyways. It's like over 24 hours of stuff probably, or close to it. I'm his champion right now, which is fun till I drop it to Ryan Silver, his favorite Ka. Or don't.
It's
I don't
not
know.
true.
But it is his favorite Ka.
No.
No, it's your best. It's your favorite. He's won all of his matches, definitely.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's him. There's new fuck, what's it called now? NGX, whatever the fuck it's called. New
Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme. Yeah. Formerly New Gen Rising. New Gen Extreme, New Generation Extreme. That's what it is now. I remember. Yeah. I definitely log in my call account more than once a month.
I remember people asking me like, MWA, like, what's like the significance of that name? Because like, media, like, why is that a thing, right? So like, I came up with the name back in like 2K17. And that was back when I first made Ryan Silver, when I first made Drake King, when I first made Perfect P Price. You know, it's sort of like my own miniature little like Caw / like real guy like universe mode.
Right.
And I just came up with that name because it's like, oh yeah, it's like online and stuff, and like media like online and like wrestling association. Like it stands out from like other names where it's like, you know, they always have like an E or an F or something in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm it's funny because I went through like a lot of different phases of trying to make a Fed because me and the guy who made Dean Ronan and Don Winters and everyone else he made, we've known each other since like friggin' ages, and we tried to start up Feds back on 2K17 and 18 with the Xbox Upload Studio, and they suck. It's really bad. And that was the birth of like the Dawn Wolf and Pyro match. Like, oh good gosh, he's on a period. You know that match. It was a very dark time. And then I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, even though I didn't have any of the tools at hand. And then I did it, and I got 7,000 views, and I don't know how. And then it was kind of bad, but then I got Damage Resolve, and it kind of got better, but it was still kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I think I'm at a point now where I'm at least like kind of decent. I like my booking. I think I'm a good storyteller.
I like
maybe.
His booking. I'm the world champion.
It's difficult because like I like everyone on my roster,
right?
And like I don't want to extend my roster because it's like, oh, here I'm open for signings, but then like if I expand it and I sign people, then they're just gonna be pushed to the bottom. Because like I'm just hiring people to be enhancement because like I don't have enough people to lose matches because I have too many like compelling characters. So like when I'm booking, it's just hard. Like I sit there for like a few minutes just staring at my notes app where I have my roster written down. It's like, okay, we haven't booked Ace Reeves yet, but like I really like Ace Reeves. I don't want to like make him look weak to someone else, but like I also want to make this guy look strong. So like it's hard because you're dealing with so many people. You're dealing with real people who like put their things up and like, you know, they're going to complain, they're going to say this, that, they're going to critique you, and it's like, yeah, like sure, that you can't please everyone,
right?
And it's just, I don't know, because like especially with like Liger, because like, you know, he's like one of the boys, and like Liger was always kind of like a comedy character to me, so I was like, yeah, he can win a few matches, but he's mainly going to be used as a kind of enhancement. Or like whenever Max gives me a new call, it's just kind of instinct to just like bury it.
That's fair.
But yeah, it's like, especially since I already had all of season 1 planned out. Like I had okay, these are going to be all my champions at the end. I'm going to have these feuds going into this pay-per-view. So whoever's not
Mm,
booked in the feud, I can just throw them into a match and have them lose. It'll be fine. No one cares. Um,
right.
so that's kind of my mindset of how I go about things. But after Ultimatum, when season 2 kicks off, everything's kind of open, free in the water.
Mm,
So more people are going to more opportunities, I hope. And it's also difficult because like I have 3 mid card titles and then the 24/7 titles. So like I have a lot of championships,
yeah.
and I need to squeeze all that in to an 8 match card, which is still a lot of matches.
Yeah.
And then, like whatever's not on a match, I make it into a promo segment or whatever, and then I have to put all that onto the pay per view. Like legit, it got so bad. I'm doing a pre show for Ultimatum. I think I have like 4 pre show matches.
Jesus.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like it's fun. Like it's definitely fun.
Right.
I first got into CAW really, like I guess quote unquote professionally back in 2K17 when me and the guy who made Dean Ronan again, we were looking. It's like, oh hey, let's like join a CAW thing. That'd be kind of cool. And we found SNT.
Mm.
We saw Gus's "We Want You" video for 2K17, and so then he uploaded Don Winters. I uploaded CW. And this was back when CW Hendricks and Jack Webb were the same person because they both represented me.
Oh.
And then Gods came to me with the idea, like, oh, like we can kind of have him stand out a bit because like there's a lot of guys with short dark brown hair on the roster, right?
Mm.
Obviously, it's kind of a generic look. And so
Of
then
course.
Gus made the idea of giving CW the long blonde locks. I'm like, yes, that's great. And then I was still a squeaker at this point, so like I couldn't do a promo. Like I was like, oh, sorry, man. So then we had Cal, I think was his name, promo, and then he left. So now Fenn's filling in for that, and he's doing great with C-Dub.
Oh, that's
And
great
it's just
stuff.
great to see the evolution of his character, especially with how different him and Jack Webb are now, because like they were once the same person.
Right.
And like
That's.
I had the idea of like, oh yeah, like we can't stick with the king forever. Like we gotta change him up, and then that was gonna be his phase into like the Jack Webb gimmick, but he would still be called CW. But
Mm.
like, yeah, I guess he's kind of locked with the king now.
I mean, it still works. May as well. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
Character evolutions is the one fun thing that's probably kept me in CAW and
right.
booking. I get your booking debacle. I ran APW, and while it's definitely on a much smaller scale, it was hard booking stuff, especially when the
Yeah.
other booker also clashes with you on everything. We had the way APW worked for anyone who was there for that. Uh, we usually didn't clash on the overarching story. It's just the direction to get there. Like we always knew Blake Wolf was going to be our big face, unfortunately. Um,
Jesus, that's sad.
we didn't have any other big face, Jesus, except me, and I'm the GM. So, and I was gonna lose and have to be written off. That's a slow boiler
Mhm.
for you, for the thing that's never gonna happen. So we didn't have any other face, but it was gonna be him versus Drake after our WrestleMania type show.
Right.
And then it was gonna be Lobo as like a tweener, so we had a backup. So when we were tired of pushing Blake, um,
Yeah.
but it was just hard booking stuff because those were our big three. But then there's just like it was them and then everybody else who were just
Mhm.
kind of doing things, and then Dave England, but that's Dave England. Um,
It's funny you mentioned the Blake Wolf thing because, like, initially Blake was gonna be my first world champion.
hmm,
Um, but then Fenn talked me into like pushing Leif. Like, dude, he's gonna be over. He's great. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, like
that's
I
true.
thought Leif Meyer was a bit too generic. He didn't
Hmm,
really stand out too much because he's pretty much just an Aleister Black clone. Um,
yeah.
but I was talking to him. I'm like, okay, sure, we'll do it. Because back in the original MWA, from my original solo universe mode on 2K17, like Blake was my main
Hmm.
dude, and I remember just vividly giving him half Seth Rollins moveset, half Finn Balor, and I did this one thing where like I'll throw them into the corner, do a chop, throw them into the other one, do a chop, throw them into the other one, do the Finn Balor chop basement dropkick combo thing. It was kind of cool.
Hmm.
Um, but
Gotcha.
yeah, I got talked into not pushing him Blake, which was a very good call. And then he got thrown into purgatory with the Teddy Lance feud. So,
Yeah, which is fun. Just
but it was a good feud. I enjoy the feud. Like, sure, people complain about it, but I sometimes feuds can be good when they're long. It's just like because the episodes had so many gaps between them, it made it feel longer than it actually was.
yeah. It felt long, but I'm sure if I
Yeah,
went back, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, long feeds can work. But yeah, I'm still having that trouble. Booking's just difficult if anybody's ever run a
it
call show.
is.
I don't know if it'd be nearly impossible to schedule one of these with Finn, but I'd love to at some point. It's possible he's Australian. It's time zones are fucked. But other than that, yeah. Booking is just one of the few things that's actually besides not wanting to record 2K has kept me from finishing Throwdown, the show that's almost a year old now. But we'll not talk about that too much. I recorded Blake's match, and like 2 other matches. I'm getting there. It's
2K19 like is one of the better 2K like games, but it's still
Right.
so frustrating.
It's
So
It
frustrating.
can be at times, yeah. It's probably the best actual quote unquote 2K made one, because the last 14 was technically 2K but not 2K. It's probably the best 2K.
One vivid memory I have of when I got really frustrated was Isaac Lockley versus Fletcher Benson. I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna have Isaac do a post-match attack because he's a big dastardly heel. Oh, boo that man, right?
Yeah.
And so then I was like knocking Fletcher down. Then he just gets up, and I put Fletcher in the corner, and he gets out of the corner. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the boot OMG. So I put him on the post. He instantly gets off the post, and like it got so bad, like I couldn't even hold it in on commentary. I was just yelling, "Oh!" And he's just no-selling everything. Fletcher Benson is just getting off the post, even though Isaac is repeatedly throwing him down. Like I was so pissed.
Yeah, post-match assaults.
And oh my god, the suicide dive botches! Jesus Christ, it's so awful.
Yeah, suicide dives. Yes, it's a great time with 2K.
It's
sometimes.
such a big meme, and I don't want to see it. I keep saying, "Oh, I'm going to increase everyone's arrow range," but I'm lazy and I forget. So then I just end up botching more.
Yeah, it's 2K. It's a bit frustrating. It's not a terrible game. It's just at times. Yeah. I just don't.
Very rarely do I play it for fun.
Oh yeah, I play it maybe like once every couple days for universe mode. I just bullshit. That's about it. And I probably should record for Throwdown instead at those times, but yeah, I'm lazy, and don't want to do it. I want to get it done, but I also don't at the same time, because I have such a high expectation for myself with Sterling Omega that I'm never gonna reach it. And it's pushing me off from recording that. I only have to do that, and I think 2 other matches. I did Dawn Jade. I did Blake v King or Drake, the Gauntlet. I have to do like 2 or 3 more matches. Harpo Lobo is the only one I think I could manage to hit my standard for, because it's literally just, I guess, semi-spoiler, but I don't care. It's just going to be Harpo being a cowardly heel while Lobo kicks his ass for 15 minutes. So that's fun. And I can
record tag matches the last, because tag matches are the most frustrating.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thing to do.
I don't have a tag match.
Like I do not care about my tag division. Like I've said for so long, like I can't wait till I make my tag division obsolete. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh, I could like expand my tag division. I could put these people in the tag division. But I'm like, no, dude, I want to get rid of it. I hate tag teams so much.
Yeah, tag matches.
And it would open up my roster so much more as well.
Yeah.
Create another non-title feud to get in there.
Yeah, tag matches are such ass in 2K.
It's so painful.
Yeah, no, they're ass. I didn't book one for a reason. I'll book a women's match, sure, but I'm not booking a tag match. And the women's match is just to have a women's match, but that's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Yeah. And triple threats, even with 3 controllers, are hell. That's the one match I have tried to record 3 times for Throwdown with name redacted bad wrestling fan Havoc. Well, shit, I said his name. Joe Parker, the hillbilly guy that Harpo made, basically, and then
he calls it his murder mask. He uses it to murder people.
Yeah, and then David Wolf, the only one I actually like in that match.
Yeah.
And that match has been hell to record. I have one recording that I could use, but still, there's just always points where the third person's just on the outside standing there. It's just so fucking annoying. But,
yeah, whenever I do multi-man matches, I always make it so it's just one controller, and then so I can kind of ring it in my favor. I do like highlight reel, then I do the controller assignment switch thing, and then I do that. Because it's like, you know, if they see you're controlling this one guy, it's like, oh, that guy's obviously going to win. But then you switch it mid-match, it's like, oh, wait, who's going to win now? You know?
I've resorted to just doing 2 controllers and having the third be an AI, which works relatively well, because then I can still do it like highlight reel to switch it if I need to. But I still have more control on the 2 main people.
Right, but I'm just way too stupid to multitask that.
That's fair. I can manage 2. I just can't manage 3 very much.
Yeah.
That's when it gets a little annoying. But yeah, because it's something.
Mhm.
That's what we're going for here, and don't make a
I
show.
just don't like when people take it too seriously.
Oh
Like
yeah, no, don't.
Twitter is just such a toxic community. It's
Oh yeah, I don't get on the Twitter.
yeah, like I just check my timeline and someone's like just dying.
I get
Like
on
okay,
to yeah, I get on to retweet feds I'm a part of stuff, and that's
Mhm.
really it. And occasionally tweet that got boring, to be honest, and had to get liked by Cheesus on his show's account. And then I laugh because like if somebody sees that, they're just Jesus, that'd be funny. And then I think I still have the blacksmith account only because I like it because it doesn't have a connected email or phone, and that just bothers me because I didn't
Oh,
think that's possible. But I don't
what
want
the
to delete.
hell?
Yeah, I don't know how I managed that one. I think it was part of an email like an email I used for one trial and then delete it, not thinking.
Mm.
So now it just doesn't have one. So if I ever lose the
That's
password to that, I can't recover it.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's fun. The blacksmith whole thing was interesting because I received that account. I didn't
Yeah.
make that one. That was just fun. Yeah. It's cause weird. Never start a show, by the way. If anybody's ever thinking of watching this, don't do it. It's too much. People will take it too seriously. You'll have people like Koshi, that leave after one taping, one show.
No, that was so stupid. Like legit. Like
We're calling out all the
let me
people here.
find the names,
You can
bro.
shoot all you want, by the way, on anyone, because I'll take the flak. It's fine.
Okay, so well, I already shot on him in the persona of David Styles, so it's fine.
Well, yeah.
Let me find him.
Yeah, you can shoot on anybody. I don't give a shit.
What the fuck? Okay, so I messaged him on July 26th, and he tweeted like, "Oh, looking for feds to sign." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll message him because this guy's really cool."
Yeah.
And he asked me a bunch of questions. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll give him all the details. You know, he probably hasn't seen me before. He's asking about the champions, how it works, the booking, whatever. And then I told him I was gonna like debut him here, blah 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 blah. He's like, okay, sure, I'll join. And then I had him fill out the Google form, and he told me to download the new one. And then he kind of just kept asking me every few days, like, "Oh, am I debuting anytime soon? When am I debuting? Like, am I going to debut soon?
And you, didn't you tell him?
When am I debuting?" And then on December 6th, I want to have Kazoshi debut for MWA as planned, but I feel as though this new hardcore deathmatch look would fit better if he was in Name Redacted, NGX. If he can't be in Name Redacted at the moment, it's fine. He'll stay in MWA. And then I was like, oh, I have hardcore talent as well, but you know, I can see where you're coming from or whatever. And he's like, ooh, how hardcore?
You have a 24/7 title called the Kill Shot title. I mean,
And then he uploaded a new one with the tag. And it's like, okay. And then I booked him. And then he records me a promo, which he just stole some Japanese audio and just recorded him standing in a parking lot, whatever.
of course.
And then what does he say here? Oh. So he says, I got Kazoshi somewhere else. Take him out of MWA. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he's somewhere else now. And I'm like, does he need to be exclusive to one Fed? And he says, look, I know I left, but no other league wants Kazoshi at the moment. And a friend of mine that knows Kazoshi was bummed that I left. I wanted to apologize for leaving so early. And this was the only league using Kazoshi as he should be. And the match you guys did was amazing. Oh, okay. So this is when he tweeted that he was leaving. So this was after episode 13 when it was his debut versus Brandon, and Brandon won. That was gonna be the plan anyway, because like Brandon was always gonna be. Well, it was either between Brandon or Jay. One of the two was gonna win the final, but in the end, it ended up being Brandon.
Yeah.
So Brandon was gonna beat Kazoshi in round one no matter what. But this fallout kind of helped with that as well. So he tweeted that he was leaving. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And then he was like, oh yeah, take him out. And I'm like, all right, whatever, take care, whatever. And then he's just like, oh, I'll put him later today. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm staying. Yeah, it's fine. After I literally shot on him in the Discord and I got like pissed for a solid like half hour. So I re-download him. I book him on Chopped Liver. He goes into the chamber, which was the plan, because like, you know, it kind of adds the hardcore element to the chamber. and then he just doesn't like retweet, interact with any of my tweets, doesn't say anything to me, and he's on NGX now. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just take him off the list. I'll just get rid of him, whatever. So like it didn't exactly go down in a smooth way. Like Taj is a cool dude. Like Durag Jones, Taj Naji, Kazoshi, all those dudes. Like they're
Oh
cool
yeah,
guys.
they're awesome. Yeah, they're cool.
He's a great creator. I don't think he intended to be a dick here. It's just he could have approached it a better way and less confusing, and it kind of just really enraged me in a way, and it was very frustrating having to deal with it because like I did have plans for him to like do big things, but it is what it is. It sucks.
It is what it is. Yeah,
you got to deal with it sometimes. Like
oh yeah,
you can't always rely on people. So yeah. But I'm glad I chose Brandon and not him.
Brandon's pretty cool, dude. I've talked to
Brandon's fire. I love
He's
Brandon.
Pretty cool, dude. Yeah, I've talked to him a lot over the last 2 years. He always ends up in feds I'm in. Back when I entered E-feds.
He's in like every E-fed.
Yeah, back when I was in E-feds. Yeah. I don't do that anymore. I'm only on MWA, and sometimes on NGR when they continue the everlasting feud. But I think I'm finally done.
Yeah.
I'm either done or I'm in one more match, judging on what Finn decided to do.
I think he had you booked one last time.
He had me booked one more. Yeah, he had me booked in like some tag match, but I think he just decided to scrap it, which fair enough. Yeah. And now I'm just on MWA, which is fun. Yeah, it's fun.
And actually, like Fen talked me into switching the world title both times because originally Leif was gonna hold the title into Ultimatum to go against Silver, but then he's like, "Dude, you gotta push Omega, mate. He's great. You gotta push Omega to the moon, mate." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever, screw it." And I was like, "Ooh, okay, we'll have Harpo turn heel," even though there was like no real build to it, and I didn't tell y'all beforehand either.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do it, and it was a fun feud. I liked the I Quit match.
It was. Even as much as Harpo tries to keep it going, it was fun for a one-time match. He needs to focus on his new thing, but that's Harpo for you. No, it was fun. And Omega's only over because of what Finn decided to do. He was not meant to be a big flippy boy.
Right.
It just kind of happened. That's a funny thing. That's the funny thing. Yeah, I think he had like the tope, and that was literally one of his only big boy high flying moves when back an opportunity happened. And the call was terrible back then, but
then he just gave you the 630.
And he just gave me the 630, had me do all sorts of flippy shit. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, if it gets over, it gets over.
Yeah.
Whatever, and it did. So he's still a big flippy boy, but I did try to tone it down in recent versions. He still has tope and still has a 630, of course, because it's funny, and it pisses people off, which is even funnier. But Havoc, yeah. I
think Summer Blitz, like booking and story wise, aged pretty well. I knew at the time when I was making it, like this is not the best I can do production wise, because like I rushed all the editing in a week because it was like I had a week off work, I had a week off school, it was vacation. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do all the commentary just at 10 a.m. when I'm just waking up and like I'm nasally and I'm gonna vomit because I'm yelling after I just woke up a half hour ago. And then, like, I didn't even record commentary for the Pyro intro, but it was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It worked out.
Like, booking-wise, it's still one of my strongest shows, which it was supposed to be, because, like, I had all these great things planned, like the DH debut, which no one was expecting, and then the Harpo heel turn and the Jack Webb disbanding Psycho. It was a pretty good show. And then the hardcore match between Liger and Trev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
Fun show. The only one I expected was the Harpo heel turn, just because I knew Harpo works fantastically as a heel and not so fantastically as a face, which is why he's a heel literally everywhere except I think Headstorm, which is pretty much dead now. Spoiler alert. He's doing a couple more shows, I think, or at least he's planning to. I have no idea. I haven't spoke to Double M in a hot minute. So
neither have I really. I've gotten in touch with him a few times, but he's mainly just like offline. But like that makes sense.
Yeah.
You move on. He's got a personal life to take care of. He's in college. Like,
that's why I'm leaving. Well, not fully leaving college. I'll stick around in Premiere as long as it's a thing, but that's about it. I'm not joining any other feds. I've had like 4 DM me over the last like 2 months. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm semi-retired. Like, it's a cool thing to do. I started sophomore year. It's a cool thing to do. Perfect thing to keep me distracted when I didn't do anything in the last class period of the day. I would just hop in the Discord, which is why I'm not so active anymore. I just do other things. But it's still a fun thing. I'll still...
Yeah, it's just sometimes I get like a big wave of nostalgia, just like back to 2018, just waking up on a Saturday morning, waiting until it hits 10 a.m. to get a new S&T episode, like, and then skipping through and then getting the disappointment that CW wasn't booked again. But it was still a fun time. It's a lot more fun as a viewer than it is as a creator, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. There's just a lot of unnecessary BS that goes on when you're a creator you have to deal with. That's the one negative, I'd say, and some people take it too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't run into it too much with our feds except Havoc. He wanted to do a fucking death match where he recorded, but it's not his fed. I'm like, bro, you can't even get your own fed out on time. Like, I don't fully hate the kid. It's just some of the things he does, bro.
Yeah, he's bizarre.
He's a bizarre person. Yeah,
because like he was really chill in the DMs, like talking to him in the DMs is like he seemed like a really calm, composed person. And I'm like, okay, bro, look, you're gonna lose. You're gonna join order. It's gonna be fine. Then it happens. He goes in the chat like, oh, because I'm just a stepping stone, guys. Like, shut up.
Yeah, people gotta lose, bro. I'll do the job to anybody. I don't give a shit. I've probably only won like 25% of the matches Omega's been in, counting like everything. In effect, I never won any feds, and like I don't give a shit, dude. It's COD. It's not.
Oh, dude, Drake sucks in E-Fed.
Yeah, no. Well, because I try to make Omega a fucking balanced COD sort of, because he's a powerhouse and flippy boy, but that doesn't work in E-Fed. So he just jobs out usually. All of my matches went. I would do a lot of moves and shit. The person would counter my finisher, hit me with a finisher, and like beat me up for 5 minutes, and then what's the big one? What was it called? MFW. Yeah, that one. I was like the guy they always put to have a good match, but I would always lose. Like I won their what's their breakout tag titles. And that was about it with Blacksmith, who wasn't me at the time, but became me halfway through, which is pretty funny. So then they were on separate brands. Then I left, and I think they ended shortly after that. Then I came back for like the semi-BCW sort of MFW thing, and then they ended again. Then MFW's back, and I haven't went back because I'm done with E-Feds. I don't know. CAW is just weird. Don't do CAW. And if you do, don't join 15 E-Feds like I did at the beginning.
Don't pull Jaden Shadow.
Yeah, don't join every single federation you find. And then when one calls you toxic, rant about CAW for a week, and lose all your friends you made here, except like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he joined... He got real pissy when he joined CDW back in the day, which I had big plans for CDW. It's just I pulled a U and didn't have anything to do it. I had a shitty laptop, which I tried to edit shows on, but it crashed anytime I used my editing software. It wasn't even like a big name one, it was like a smaller one. It just didn't work. I actually had a lot of plans for that. I had, what the fuck's his name? They're like Terra Nova or something. He was a cool dude. He was in my home fed, so I wanted to do something with his cause. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this one the TV title. I'm gonna give these ones the tag titles and make them a pretty good mid card thing. And then I'm gonna take this guy, not this Adam Bennett kid that I blacklisted, but what was his name? It was the co-owner that made everything. I was taking his Kaw and I was gonna make him the heavyweight champion and have him be a dominant dude. And take on Kyle Payne, that dude. And that was going to be a big boy heavyweight feud. And then I was going to I had a lot of good stuff planned. And then it didn't happen. Jaden Shadow was pissed in the one show he lost. But, you know. Look at I don't care. I don't know. Cause something. I've repeated it multiple times, but it really is. Don't be like Jaden Shadow. If you're going to join CAW, my one tip, Find like 2 or 3 feds you like, stick to them, bro. Don't go further than that.
Mm.
Like, shit, if I did it again, I wouldn't have joined 15 fucking feds. I would have probably just been in Premiere, MF Dub, and like a couple others. PSW when it existed, and like maybe a couple others. I was always stuck in a fucking tag team. We're dropping out, I swear to God. Alright. That's call for you. I'll leave Premiere's link to their channel and Premiere Extra, the best channel ever, in the description. And to Cheesus channel, I'll make sure to have all of those in there and all that fun jazz. But yeah, moving on, I think we can move on a bit here.
Yeah.
You got any future plans, Cheesus? You don't have to be specific. Like Justin just said, what he's planning on majoring in. Got any plans, Cheesus, in the future? Whether it's call related, YouTube related, anything. You don't have to be specific, but
I don't know. My dreams are pretty broad. Like I've always been kind of like a big dreamer. Like since when I was like 7 years old, I like wanted to have like 30 different jobs.
That's fair.
I had a new dream job every week. I'm not thinking about pursuing college just because like I don't think it's really made for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect it.
Yeah, I've never really been to like a real public school. I've always been in a charter system. So like to go from that where it's like there's no tests and everything is project based, to like having to pay money to go there first off, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then lectures and textbooks and like all this stuff. Like, dude, I would like, yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, college, it's definitely not for everybody. The only reason I'm going is because I'm gonna be a computer science major, and that's kind of an important thing to have if you're going into that field.
Yeah.
I want to be like a coder type person. I've always been interested in coding and either being an indie game dev or maybe getting a position at a bigger company. Highly doubt it, but an indie game dev nonetheless. It's always been something that interests me. Besides, like,
coding's really interesting. Like I could never do it myself. I'm kind of stupid, but like I like watching videos like this one YouTuber Danny who has like all of his games that he programs. It's just kind of satisfying to watch like the process.
Oh yeah,
go through.
It's always been something I've been interested in. I took a bunch of game dev classes at my school, but unfortunately because of multiple things, COVID, and us shutting down early, we never got to go into like full-on coding. We did what was called block coding, which was essentially the actions were already made. You just had to choose what it did, basically. Like it's already coded, but at the same time you have to assign stuff. That's just it. So it's like intro to coding essentially. It's probably a good stepping block to actual coding, because we were going to learn JavaScript I think first, because not only does Minecraft Education Edition have JavaScript tutorials, which he really likes Minecraft, the game dev teacher at my school, for some reason. He's fascinated by it. They wanted to do that, wanted to teach us JavaScript and a bunch of other stuff, so I want to go for computer science. And I don't care. WVU, the biggest school in West Virginia, people know I'm from West Virginia, I don't care, has a pretty decent computer science major, and a pretty flexible one, so I might go there. I don't know yet. I'm not confirmed. I've already been accepted, but I've been accepted to my multiple schools. So, but college isn't for everybody. College is 100%.
Yeah.
It'll be an easier transition for me because I've been in the public schooling system my whole life, I think. But charter, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, and it's like one of the requirements to graduate at the school I go to is like you have to apply to a college. You don't have to like go there, but you have to like apply. So like one of the senior assignments we have in our senior class is to make a college essay. And like my advisor was like talking to me about it like when I was working on it. It's like, yeah, like you don't really see this as like a college essay. You see this as like an assignment to just continue to complete for the class. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I see it. Because like I don't care like what this is. Like I'll just take my grade and then like throw it to like some dean or whatever, and then get denied, and that'll be that, and I'll be good to go. Right. So
I didn't have to make it. I didn't have to do an essay for any of the colleges I've applied to.
Oh really?
No. The WVU, what's the other big one? Marshall. Those are the two that people might know about in West Virginia. Neither of them require it. I've been accepted by both.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's an easy process, but they'll take like anybody. So you just apply to a West Virginia college and then never go, because they don't require essays or anything. It's
we had to make like a common app thing and like apply for colleges in there. So it's like
app,
on my list I put Duke because for the college basketball, I'm a Duke fan because UConn and is like bad, and that's like the closest like local college that's like relevant. So like I
Yeah.
would be a UConn fan, but they suck. So I'm just a Duke fan because I'm a bandwagon, and then I just applied to UNH because it's local as well.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, college, it's hell right now.
yeah.
I wouldn't go if the field I wanted to go into didn't sort of require it.
Mhm.
It doesn't, but it takes a hell of a lot longer to get anywhere if you don't go. So I have thought of doing like skipping out on a year and just teaching myself coding
Right.
independently, but I've already been like fucking yelled at for that, so I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and go, whatever. I thought about going to a community college my first 2 years, though. That I definitely
Mhm.
did think about.
That is like a good route to go.
Well, yeah, the local
If money.
one's only like 4,000 a year,
Mhm.
so it's not bad.
Just hearing only 4,000, it's like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
of
god.
course, of course. Yeah, it's still that the fact that it's $4,000, but that's small for the college like system.
Yeah.
The main
Oh,
college around
that's
here is like 10,000 a year before aid.
oh my god.
So yeah, and that's just tuition. I don't think that includes rooming or food or anything. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a lot. I don't know. Schooling, stay in school, kids, but like upper education, past
Yeah.
high school.
But yeah, like as far as my future, like I don't know, like I'm really interested in like food stuff. Like I in my downtime I watch a lot of food videos on YouTube, like home cook guys and like Gordon Ramsay and like Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen and stuff. Master Chef Canada, of course, not US. Canada's way better. um, yeah, so like that's interesting, but like I don't know if I could ever like be in a kitchen setting. Like, oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah.
And then like maybe like I need a backup plan, a fallback plan if like content creatorship doesn't work out, and then like I also want to go on Survivor as well because like it's like one of my favorite like shows and it's great, and it'll be just really fun to be out there because like I hate being outside. I hate bugs. I hate everything, and um, when you're out there, you eat fish, rice, and beans, and I hate fish. I don't eat rice and I don't eat beans.
Nice.
So I think it would just be a really fun experience, kind of like a way to like evolve myself out there if I do ever get like accepted.
Mm,
So like, and plus a chance to win $1 million before tax.
before tax, it'll be like maybe 300,000. You'll lose like
That's like
300,000 in tax. Yeah,
600-700 grand.
yeah, but yeah, it's still a lot of money. I
Yeah.
got you. As long as you should always have like goals and stuff. But I get like there's different paths for every person, so hopefully that works out. I could look if you're a bit more consistent, you can make it as a content creator.
Yeah.
You're
I think I could
funny
have like
enough.
the personality to make it.
You got the personality. You'd be fine. It's just trying to get into the algorithm's good graces on YouTube is hell. I've managed it maybe twice, and both videos were like trash videos. So apparently that's what they want nowadays from small channels. But yeah, anything I put time and effort into, it's just YouTube is something. And then Twitch has its own scandals, like the DMCA scandal right now. Yeah, and then that whole bill that passed the House that it's part of the COVID relief bill, but the fact that streaming content or copyright content could get you a felony. That's the one thing that worries me, because things like Caw, depending on how they like did it, could be fucked. But I think it's strictly meant to be for like sites to upload music illegally. At least that's what I got from it. But I thought that was already like illegal. Maybe it was just a misdemeanor beforehand. But maybe that's the difference. I'm somewhat into the legal system. Yeah, I'm somewhat into the legal system, but like just because my family works in it, but not super into legal like laws and shit, the government, fun things that I shouldn't talk about or I'll get canceled on Twitter. But yeah, thanks for coming on as always, Cheesus. This was a fun episode. Bit shorter, but that's because you don't ramble like me and my other two guests.
I thought I was rambling a lot.
No, we're only at 45 minutes. So, well, that's fine. That's fine. You're actually the shortest episode. Yeah, to anyone watching this, hope you had a happy holidays and all that. Hopefully you had a fun time Cheesus and got all of your favorite things, like a Belle Delphine sticker.
Okay, that is very coming, but I'm gonna hang it up.
Yeah, it's a Belle Delphine sticker.
I
didn't get you a 5X shirt or a pizza or anything, but yeah. Anyway, it was only like a $5 sticker, so I don't know how hell. It's probably just a tiny ass thing, but I don't care. It was funny. Yeah. The next guest. The next episode's gonna be my own Slammies because the WWE sucked. Me and I think Justin will probably come on for it. You can't too if you want Jesus. Why the fuck not?
Bet.
That'll be like probably.
I don't want the product. Bet.
Yeah.
Why? Every award to R-Truth and Sasha.
Sasha won, I think, Women's Star of the Year. So, it was today.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I'm actually not mad at that pick. So, makes sense. But yeah, wrestling stuff. So, if that doesn't interest you, then the next episode of that, it's Wild Aces, who has clout. So, you should watch that one. Not a lot of clout, but enough clout to where it might get 10 views. So, he's got like 500 subs. It's probably my biggest guest. Yeah, he's part of an award that has over 1,000. So, we'll see. But anyways, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Go check out Cheesus and watch MWA Episode 1 through Premiere. And Premiere Extra, that's a really good channel. You should watch all the stuff on there. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.